Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back here. Another day of astro-gravitational report following the energies from yesterday. Today, you're going to see some, even though that it's Friday the 13th, please don't, right? Be mindful, but don't do it. There's going to be some lots of movements today. It's this ready to go to work. Particularly that Mercury moved out from the North Node since yesterday. You have this understanding that, okay, I need to do something, I need to go something. But we're going to see that by the 26th of February, we're going to see the Mercury is going to be returning retrograde. What does that tells you? That tells you that something that you understand, it was misunderstood. Something that was getting, it was not going to get in there. And today, as the moon, it's going to be passing through Capricorn. As we yesterday we rolled the sleeves and we are like, okay, let's go to the work. Let's get these things going. And guess what? Figuring it out. Figuring it out that the old ways does not work anymore. The same old keys do not work on the brand new doors. Those are totally different locks. Those are totally different doors. Those are totally different understandings. And with this energy is going to be some very, very interesting moments that we're going to get because Venus is approaching the North Node. And with that being said, the moon actually in the morning, it is going to be really sextiling Venus and Mercury. And we're going to be focusing on what? As the moon is going to be going into Capricorn, is to figure out why the old ways doesn't work. So, with that being said, thank you guys for coming in. Thank you for the clicks, the likes, the shares, the subscribes. And if you like what you're hearing, you can free to subscribe to the channel. Hi, Namira. Thank you for being here. So, let's get started. 7 o'clock in the morning, we're going to see the ascendant is going to be with Mars is still this energies of what should I act, how should I act, what kind of new things I need to do, what kind of need to be focused. You still have not creating this structure ready yet. The new structure has not coming in since Saturn. It's still in a like a last 5 minutes in Pisces. Are you waiting for Saturn to come to Aries? Hopefully you do, because right now it's going to be learning the new structure. Okay, it's the same thing like you bought a new house. They did totally renovation. They have a new doors. They have a new things. You just didn't have the keys yet, right? And you want to see everything. You want to understand. You want to look at it into the future. What's going to happen? And Saturn is like, wait a minute. It doesn't have approval from the government. It's not approved. You have to be approved to get in there. All right. So, hi, Diana. Thank you for coming in. So, this is kind of like a ways of describe this energy. Of course, there's a lot of going on with the shadow, particularly in the public situations, because the Lilith, it is squaring Mercury, the North Node, and Venus. You're going to be seeing that in the public. It's kind of like a certain things are really crumbling down. Certain situations are going on. But it's the same time in there, this Uranus-Mars square can create some intensity. Oh, I want to move. I don't like this stuck energy. I don't like this. Take it this energy is not as a stock. Take that energy of finding and figure out who you are, what you are, and where you are going. What do you want? Because see, the energy right now, it's kind of like you are the seed, right? But you have to be built up. You have to have the sprout. And once the sprout is, you're going to figure it out. But you need to make the decision to become the sprout. And that's how the seed is beginning to start it up. So stay in your guards, but don't acting like, giving up. because this is going to be the both energies they're going to be presenting at the same time. All right, 9 o'clock. I'm sorry, 8 o'clock. This is going to be the ascendant together with Mercury. You're going to be talking. You're going to be communicating. This has to grow. That has to grow. I need to focus on this. I need to focus on that. That has to be done. This is not done. But what Jupiter is going to be saying in there is like, go and finish the things that you started. Go finish the things in the family patterns to create a new family patterns. So basically, that's going to be the keys. Here's the secret. That is going to be the keys. So with this energy, you may gonna be of, particularly if you work, be mindful about that, because this can create some intensified energies in there. Hi, Divine Aura. Thank you for coming in. And as we're going to be seeing it at 9 o'clock, the ascendant is going to be with Chiron. But Chiron right now, it's very beautiful positions with authority and Mars. It's like, okay, let's acting on this. Let's put this inner child dreams that were buried, that were forgotten, and let's rebuild that. Let's bring in that the child to play again, to believe again. And your updated higher self, together with the wounded inner child, is going to be emerging as the new thing. Okay? And with that emerging, there's going to be some lots of work to be done. But that work is going to be what? Worth it. Okay? That work is going to be worth it. Of course, 10 o'clock, you're going to be worried about the material situations, as the ascendant is going to be at Taurus. Don't worry about that much. Uranus is about right now direct. He's going to make some changes from progressing. If you see that certain things are not progressing, certain things are about not moving where it's supposed to be moving, and so on and so on, stop for a second and thinking, are you ready? Or are you trying with old keys to open new doors? Thinking about that. Let that little bit sink in. All right, the next hour, this is going to be at 11 o'clock. You will understand the power of transformations coming in directly from Pluto. Okay? That is going to be some required that you may going to need some totally different point of view of understanding and the way that life is going to be going on from now on. Okay? Totally new perspective, totally new situations, totally new ways of doing things. Okay? So with this energy, of course, there's going to be some triggers coming in, because the ascendant is going to be at Gemini opposing Lilith. That Lilith, particularly there right now, it's in a public place, in its public space, public communications, and so on. Sagittarius, right? Don't allowing this energy too much to affect particularly your spirituality, because it's going to have some negative aspects. Stay away from news, TVs, stay away from this constantly focus of what's going on into the world. More focus about it is what you need to know is how you're going to be have proactive ways on those energies. Okay? So when you're getting into this, the soul, the spirit is going to be looking for what? New downloads. Okay? And those new downloads, they're going to be coming later on, when Mercury is going to be joining Saturn. Okay? Not right now. All right? Now there is some different downloads for different things, but to establish that new ways is going to be happen after Mercury is done with the retrograde and moves direct again, because something in the psyche is not going to be understood right. And this is going to be one of the most important Mercury retrograde that we have. Okay, I want to make some video about it. You're going to know about this in the next few days. All right, 1 o'clock. The inner work is going to be with the North Node. Talking about this shadow, you're going to be tired of this, following these things in the public. You're going to find out that you need to be looking at some other place in you, the higher self within you. Unifying the lower self and the higher self, it is the Pisces job. Okay? But you have to see the duality of what you are doing and how you are doing things. Okay? Because you're going to be manifesting your fears or your dreams. Because without manifestations that people are looking at and so on, it is about one thing: you to be happy. But can you be happy when the things happens naturally, or are you putting so much force and so much things that are not supposed to be happen? So you gotta be very careful how you're perceiving the energies about, particularly about manifestations. Okay. All right. 2 o'clock, the inner work is going to be still in Pisces, but very beautiful trine with the ascendant. Jupiter still working together with Mars. It's going to coming out into the 12th house. That's mean you're going to be reevaluating those family patterns. I don't know, but yeah, I'm tired of reevaluating them. I don't know how much is going on with you. Would love to hear from you. You can leave in the comments below the video, but that energy is going to be really, really sending us back. Okay? Sending us back because something got lost in the way. What it got lost in the way. All right. 3 o'clock, this energy is going to be that receiving from the shadow, and Pluto, the transformations, and Saturn and Neptune is proportionally receiving that funnel. Okay, that funnel. In there is going to be receiving, if you have anything in the first degrees of Leo. There is about, if you have anything in, if you're Leo, and if you have anything in Leo in those first degrees, you're going to feel these deep transformations of your one self. Because yourself in there, that it's going to be coming in at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're going to be seeing how we are about wanting to change the authority within ourselves. Some of the people, they want to what? They want to be transforming. But is the ego stays in your way? It is the laziness, it is the drama, the trauma, or your worries about the future. You have to understand what is the things that are holding you back. Okay? What is the things that hold you back? Because that opposition from Leo towards Pluto is going to be very, very active. 4 o'clock, that energy of Leo is going to be pushing on Mars. Don't allowing the ego to pushing your buttons, you to create improper actions. Because that yacht that is going to be made in there, and that is going to come from the North Node in the Moon, right? Who's going to be the solution? Right, here's the ascendant. The solution is going to be Mars. You to gain the new wisdom that it's there. As I said, stay put. Okay? Refrain from actions. Don't act prematurely, but gain the wisdom. Okay? Before you act, you need to what? Learn how to act. And this is why you may gonna find yourself like, today I'm gonna be learning these areas of life, tomorrow I'm gonna be learning this about, tomorrow the day after I'm gonna be in proof of something, and so on and so on. Because Aquarius, it's thirsty about what? New things, new learnings, new improvements. That is a path of evolution. This is why Aquarius is the evolution. All right, 5 o'clock, the inner work is going to be focused within Taurus about the material things. And since the moon is right now at Capricorn, we're going to see that you have to figure things out in the material world one way or another. But that energy, particularly if you have anything around this 11 degrees of Taurus, pay attention to what you have in Taurus. That is going to be sextiling the North Node. The Venus is going to start Mercury, and at the same time is going to be trining the Moon. Now you're going to be figuring out, okay, I have to do some work. Whatever work I have to do, I have to do. But you may try the work to do, but that work right now, at since the Moon, it is particularly at the 10 degrees of Capricorn, is going to start opposing what? The dark sun at Cancer. That's mean we are going to be looking at deep, deep into the spirit and the soul. Open up the secrets. All right, 6 o'clock. Here is that energy of duality as we've been seeing it in the past few days, particularly that the inner work is connecting with Uranus, sudden changes, things has to be made in there. But as the sun, it's moving more within Aquarius. The sun is at 25 degrees. We're going to see that the sun is squaring more and more Uranus. And sudden changes are good as long as you are changing for good. But sudden changes, as you are, basically, whatever you worked on it, whatever you do on it, you to give up, that is going to be, this duality is going to put some pressures in you. You to make what? Choices. But it's also is going to be asking you to evolve above and beyond ever you imagine, so you can understand the truth, power within your own self as who you are. So this is going to be some very interesting moments, but the inner work is going to be waiting on Saturn and Neptune, which is Saturn right now is only 2 minutes away, right? 2 minutes away from being Aries. All right, 7 o'clock, we're going to see some, this energy of Gemini is going to be some more and more problem. There is going to be a lot of this duality because that squares Mercury, Venus, and the North Node. And this is where we are going to be focused that energy. Okay, if you look at it, the chart, it's pointing out where is the hot spots, right? Where is the more energy is, that's what this is, right? So we are seeing it right here, that Mercury, it's moving away from the North Node. Venus is approaching it. But here, we see the authority with Vertex. Vertex is about the key maker, the key master, right? He's open and closed doors. You're going to be finding out that those keys that you need has not been made yet. Okay? You haven't made them yet. And you figure out, I need those keys. All right, that it's coming because the Sun and Vertex, they are squaring Uranus. Uranus says, like, you're not ready for that change. If you're ready, we'll see. You need to talk to Saturn. So there's a lot going on right now within the energies. A lot. I mean, in a lot of good processes in there. All right. Pay attention if you have something, particularly as we are talking about like the 25th degree of Virgo. This is where the ascendant is going to be at 8 p.m. That is going to be an energy of Yod between Chiron and the Sun, but the solution is going to be a Saturn and Neptune. You're going to be seeking it for those solutions. It's like, enough is enough. I have to start making firm choices and keep it up with the choices, not constantly these changes, because this is the energy of Gemini, which is duality. Virgo, it is again duality in there, and of course Pisces energy is also a duality. And if you're not sick and tired of duality, maybe you should take a look at it to use the duality as a tool to help you to make decisions, not just maybe this, maybe that, maybe this, maybe that, but you're not doing anything. And with that being said, not doing anything, the moon is at 12 degrees at Capricorn, and it is opposing what the dark sun in Jupiter. Now that energy right there, it's like, okay, I am going to go to work. And we're going to see it, like some of the people is going to be start looking from within themselves what they need to be working on it. And the next hour, this is going to be at 9 o'clock. The inner work is going to be at Cancer. Ascendant it's going to be at Libra. And as the moon is in Capricorn, cardinal changes has to be made for this to work. Okay? We're seeing it that you're trying to do something, you're trying to get into certain situations, you're trying to change, but there is not what? There is not enough things. You're trying to do the same thing. You imagine that you had a company or you had a place that for 5 years nothing's been done. And you're trying to go ahead and restart everything. It's not gonna happen. Some of the things is not gonna work. Some of the things needs to totally repair. Some of the things that needs to be replaced. And you're figuring that out. That you have to what? Evolve. You're trying to the old ways, but everything tells you doesn't work. You're trying to understand others, doesn't work. You're trying to see what's going on publicly wise to do a public work, because Capricorn is also a public work. Most of the people who are influential figures, and they do a work in there. We're talking about policemen, firefighters, lawyers, politicians. They have something very great at Capricorn, or they have something to do in there within Capricorn. Some of the doctors who have a sixth house Capricorn, they choose to be a healers, nurses. Okay? Some of the politicians who are there, they have the 10th house Capricorn. Because they have to be what? Servant. But now you figure out you cannot be the servant. Something is not okay. The old ways, they don't work anymore. There has to be a new path that needs to be created. And this is going to be learned when at the moon, it's going to be joining what? It's going to be joining Pluto. Then it's going to be a new moon where? At the Aquarius, at the end of the Aquarius. After you understand the whole this process from within you. 10 o'clock, the ascendant is going to be still at Libra. That's going to be even more squares. The moon, the inner work is going to be with Jupiter opposing the moon. You really try to start it up, this company. The 5 years didn't work, or 10 years didn't work, 20 years he haven't worked on this. And all of a sudden, this hurts, that hurts, this doesn't work. I have to do some general maintenance. I have to go and do that. I have to create, maybe I need to make a phone call. I need to order this. I need to get this. And you're understanding one thing. You sit there with yourself and it's like, you know what? Might as well, I starting with this, but I have to look at a totally new way. I need to put the spirit in there. Okay? Nimira, I have my sixth house in Capricorn. If you have your sixth house, as I said, and a Capricorn in there, usually those are the people who are working as healers. They're doing something with healing. If you are not a professional doctor in there, depends on what planet or whatever you have in there, you're going to be able to see it. If that is a Mercury in the sixth house in there, you're going to be talking about, you're going to be maybe influencer that helps the other people to heal. If that is a Mars in there, you're going to be able to somehow to act in the way of the protector that it's there. If it is the Sun, most likely you're going to be interested in the medicine. Most likely. Okay. So take a look what you have there. All right. And 11 o'clock, the yacht that's going to be made it from Uranus and Vertex together. And Neptune and Saturn. We're going to see that the Saturn, it's exactly at the 59th minute. So overnight, Saturn is going to be hopping over to Aries. Now it's going to be feeling this shift. We're all going to feel this shift. Okay? But that energy, the answer will be what? A Chiron. Okay? That will be the Chiron, the energy. And you see that the relationships, okay? Every relationship is required to have what? Spirit, which is Pisces, and very good material ways. Because this 150 degrees, those are going to be a hard aspect, okay? For some of the studies that has been done in the yachts, those going to be some heavy aspects. But those are the things that makes the relationships worth it. Because you put the heaven and earth together. Because Pisces, the last zodiac sign, which is represent the spirit. Taurus represent the material world. And since they are 150 degrees to Libra, this is where you make a balance between heaven and earth. This is the last kind of like a yacht point that it comes in when you start from Aries, right? Making the yachts, they're all pointing to a certain zodiac sign. Every yacht that it's made out from Pisces is leading to where? It's leading to Libra. Okay? And that's how you're learning to make a balance within your spirit. Okay? So this is going to be the energy that for today. And I'm going to be giving you February 14th, right? Depends where you are. Some people in Bulgaria celebrating different holiday, but it's very similar to Valentine's Day. So for all of you lovers, happy Valentine's Day. But I'm going to give you 7 o'clock in the morning on February 14th. New beginnings, of course. Well, as I said, Saturn is going to be overnight. Moving to Aries officially. It's going to be at the second minute in Aries. The shift's going to be so much, so great. It has all positive aspects. That is a sextile towards Uranus, and that is a sextile towards Pluto. Who is going to be the receiving end? Relationships, Libra. Okay? And if you have anything in Libra in the first degrees in there, you're going to be very happy. If you have something that is at the end of Taurus and the beginning of Gemini, you're going to be feeling very great pretty soon. And if you have anything in the first degrees of Aquarius, Libra, God bless you, your soul. Okay? So, because Pluto is already at 4 degrees in there. All right, so we're going to feel this energy, but the moon, it still is going to be figuring it out that the old ways doesn't open up new opportunities. And that work has to be done it. And it has to be learned. Okay, guys? And that energy is going to be affecting so much, but Mars is in the ascendant together with Jupiter. There are going to be this intense divine energies, like you need to create what? New society. Okay? New society. Society, the way it looks, it's developed first in the family. And then if you're looking for the society or what you do with others in there, everything begins from Libra. Okay? How you gonna be intimate with others? It's at Scorpio. How you gonna be in the public? It's at Sagittarius. How you gonna be working with others is in Capricorn. How you gonna be out of space and the world of ideas is at Aquarius. But how you gonna be with others in spirit? The secret is held within Pisces. All right, guys. So we're gonna have some new beginning again. Happy Valentine's, everybody, and come back tomorrow for another astrogravitational report. Much love, guys, and I will see you tomorrow.